Did you guys, when you were younger, we always talk about writing, and we look at kids writing all the time in school, but I remember when I was younger, we used to get time in class where we would be able to kind of pick whatever we wanted to write. Like, I remember writing about poetry. I love to make up poems, sometimes about like unicorns or fairies. And now we have to write lots of personal narratives and opinion pieces, but I wish I had more time to make up my own poems.
Yeah, I know. When I was a kid, surprisingly, I was really into fantasy type writing, and I wished all the time that I could write more stories about dragons and castles and monsters and all that kind of fun stuff that so many kids love thinking about and using their imagination for.
When I was in second grade, I remember writing a story about being at the X Games, and I was racing against all the professional motocross racers.
I always wanted to write about going back in time.
Yeah, poetry would have been great.
I did write a poem. If I did write a poem, I would sell it off, and then I'd use the money for an egg that would become a hen. The hen would lay 1,000 eggs that would become more hens. Then they would lay 1,000,000 eggs. I'd sell them all to friends. I would become a millionaire.
Yeah, I could have totally written about those.
Get out of there!
Motorcycles, X Games.
I totally would have written about going back in time.
You get to write about whatever you want. So the Rising Writers Club is only for second and third graders.
There are only enough spots for 40 kids, so have your parents sign up.
It'll be held in the library. It starts February 21st and it'll go through March 30th from 7:30 to 8:30 a.m.
Okay, FPE, second and third graders, here's your chance. The information we just gave you today on the video is going home to your parents. It's in your Friday folders, and it's also in an email along with this video to your parents. So go home and let them know about this club, because like you heard before, space is limited, and so you want to be able to get your spot. Another great thing, besides having the time and the support from Mrs. Hubbard and Mrs. Stewart, Mrs. Van Orchik, and myself in writing these great stories, you're going to get some things out of it. The very first thing is you're going to get to publish your very own book. So the story or the poems that you come up with are going to get published in a hardcover form for you to keep. Every writer who belongs to the writing club will also get a bag, colored pencils, a pencil pouch, choice of notebooks to do their writing in, to be able to use every time they come to school and to take home in order to produce their creative writing. So FPE, second and third graders, go home tonight, talk to your parents, make sure that they get you signed up. They can sign you up by paper or they can sign you up on the computer. But remember, we have to have your name in order for you to be part of the club. So don't forget this weekend and let them know. I can't wait to see all of you at Writing Club.